Advocacy and Outreach Coordinator with Utah Housing Coalition. This is a video tutorial for the speakers at our virtual conference next week. What I will do, I will share my screen so I can walk you through the process on how you can manage your workshop at our conference. Some of you are also attendees, and you perhaps received an email from you walking you through the process on how to attend the conference. Anyone who's watching this video is because they're either a moderator or a speaker. And when I created an account for you in Pathable, Pathable sent you an email asking you to sign in to the conference. If you have not received that email, or if you need more assistance from me, please email me and I will walk you through the process. Once you sign in and you create your basic information, you can always go back to your account, which is in the right top corner, and you can edit your profile. Because you're a speaker, if you don't have a photo yet, I highly advise you to upload a photo, biography, title, company, and so forth. And then you can click Save. This is the main page of our conference. That lists the keynote speaker and our guest speakers and also the sponsors. The easiest way for you to find your own workshop is to actually go to My Agenda. Some of the workshops are marked on everyone's agenda because they are the ones who are open to everybody, like the opening session with Diane Yantel on Tuesday morning or the CRA update on Wednesday morning. And your own workshop where you'll be either moderating or you'll be speaking, we're going to be listed here. And what you need to do, you clicked on it, and this is how we'll look for now. I'm going to share another file that it's a little bit it looks a little bit closer to how we're going to look, you know, when we're getting close to the conference. So, speaker training, this is actually your workshop. And right here, we'll list the speaker or the speakers and the moderator for this particular workshop. It will have the workshop description and attendees, people who want to attend your workshop, will gonna click on this button. You don't click on that button because that's only for the attendees. What you need to do is click on Manage. And once you're here, this is how it's looking right now. So you have the speaker training, you have information that you need to have as a speaker, like you need to start time 20 minutes before the actual time, and you need to make sure that when you prepare yourself, you have that time for 19 minutes, a minute before the session, everybody can see you and hear you. And then the session automatically will going to end after 10 minutes. Because this is a webinar using Zoom, you won't be able to see the attendees, but the attendees will be able to see you. I'm going to walk with this to you in a minute, but this is where you actually join the green room of the Zoom, so you can be hosting the webinar. This one that it's within the managing part of the workshop, this button has the Zoom webinar embedded in it. So again, going back, this is what everybody can see. You're gonna go to Manage. When you go to Manage, this is the button you're gonna join the meeting. And I'm gonna go now to the actual website. So when you're here, let's say I want to, this is me, Frank Blank, which is actually one of my cats. I want to manage my workshop. So this is the information, that I showed you earlier, and this is available right now for you to see. And this is the timeline. When it's time for you to start the webinar 20 minutes before, you're going to see that blue button that says join the meeting. Here you have the option to upload files, and it's pretty simple. It's just an upload. You select the files and you upload them from your computer. You can also add videos, and usually it's either YouTube or Vimeo, so then they can be seen public. And you also have the option to release the videos on meeting start time, which means they'll be available exactly at the time that you were going to be speaking, or they can be made available before, if people want to watch it. Same thing with files. If you want people to see them before or right then. You also have the option to do polls. Those are not difficult at all to do, but because this year, it's a little bit different. It's the first time we're doing a virtual conference. If any speaker wants to do poll for their workshop, please contact me, and I will walk you through the process. And this, again, going back to the live meeting, that we're going to be available, on the day of. Few things to know. So let's say we have 3 speakers. Going back to meeting details. So this is the moderator, this is the speaker, this is another speaker. So you have to sign in to that green room Zoom 20 minutes before the actual time. And whoever signs the first becomes the host of the webinar. And anyone who is joining afterward is becoming co-host. If you want to share screens, if the host has that capability. So let's say I sign in first, I become host, and then Ali signs after me. We start the presentation on time. I do my slides, and it's the same thing as working exactly like in Zoom when you do the share screen. And then Ali wants to also present. You as a host, meaning I as a host, I have to make Ali a host so he can share his own slides. And again, if you're familiar with Zoom by now, this is exactly how we're going to work. The only thing that we're going to go away during the live presentation, it is the chat function within Zoom. And the way you will communicate, it is through the chat. So you're going live with the webinar. People can see you. You cannot see the people. The way they are going to communicate with you is through the chat. They can type here questions and comments, and then they're going to send them to you. And all of them will be here public. People, we're going to be able to see polls only if you're going to do a poll. People are anyone who is attending, including the speakers. Files are the files you as a speaker uploaded so people can see them and download it to use them later. Another thing to have in mind, and we hope that we're going to be able to have a little bit more of staff support during the day of. When you as a speaker, so we have the 3 people, Frank, Ali, and Francisca, are part of this Zoom presentation. When we are doing our Zoom, we're not going to be able to see the chat comments on the same Pathable platform. What you need to do is either have 2 screens or have 2 computers open, or maybe an iPhone, your smartphone and the PC, or you can split the screen. So you always need to have that in mind, and I'm going to always remind, and I'm going to continue to work to make this process a little bit easier. So, for example, Francisca is the moderator, and people are posting questions on chat. You know, in order for Ali and Frank to answer any questions, Francisca has to read the questions to them. Otherwise, they won't be able to see them unless they have everybody's doing split screens or two screens or a smartphone and a computer. And again, everything it's about going to this button, manage that. As a speaker, as a moderator, you're always going to go here. And again, this we're going to be the timeline. We're going to be there until the day of your workshop. And when you're going to go and you manage your workshop, you're going to see the yellow button that says join live meeting, and you basically will be in a green room Zoom. We will have technical staff from Pathable for the whole 3 days that will be looking at every single workshop, you know, in the 20 minutes before and then during, just to make sure, you know, everything is running smoothly. If you need to communicate with me, my cell phone, it is in the email that I sent to you with this video tutorial. If you need to communicate among yourselves, like the 3 speakers, I need to be able to communicate with everybody on my workshop. I highly advise you to exchange, you know, cell phones so you can text message or email each other. So it will be a way for you guys to be in touch with each other during the actual workshop. And again, going back to, you know, my agenda, your actual workshop, this is how we're going to look on the agenda, because the system already reads it. You as a speaker, you're connected to this particular workshop. And if you are also attending the whole conference, you have received my previous email on how to access the full agenda and the calendar view. So I don't want to take more time with this one. You can see who else is attending, and you can get in touch with them. It's pretty much like a social media platform. So these are the speakers, these are attendees. You can see if it's someone that you probably want to connect, and you can get in touch with them. If you have an interest in connecting anyone that's sponsor, again, you can get in touch with them here. For example, Ali Bank, you know, we have Kathy Hell and Cassie Perkins. These are the folks who work at Ali Bank, and they are attending the conference. So you can connect with them through New Conversation, or you can go directly to Kathy's profile and you can send her a message separately. Going back to the home screen, I want to kind of, you know, go through a few things. I want to make sure I touched upon everything. Again, best browser to use are Google Chrome, Safari, and Microsoft Edge. I highly recommend using a laptop or a desktop computer for better, you know, internet connection. I highly advise you to close all of the apps that you don't need to have pop up, you know, when you do the presentation or notifications, whatever else you have. As far as I know, there's only one workshop that we're going to be pre-recorded, so I'm going to reach out to the other speaker and moderators separately. And the other thing to have in mind, because some of the people will be out of state, so they're different time zones. When you look at your screen and you look at the time, you know, time on the conference, you need to have in mind that that time is your local time, and we are in Mountain Time. So I will also email to you the actual workshop agenda in a file, in PDF file, so you can see the Mountain Times, because if you are in a different time zone, whatever you see on the screen, that's the local zone. So I need to do that, so make sure you're going to be on time. The one other thing I need to mention is that whoever signed first into your workshop on the day of, and you are the host, you have the ability to share the files, and also you are the one who's going to start broadcasting. So when you're getting close to the actual time, we're going to be part of a very visible button saying, start webinar or start broadcast, depending if you're using a Mac or a PC. In the email that I sent to you, I also put some information on how to have your settings. If you're using a Mac, you need to have a Zoom app downloaded in your laptop in order to participate in the webinar. And I think I covered everything. Oh, one other thing. So when you upload your files, you can add as many as you want. The only limitation is that each file cannot be bigger than 2 gigabytes. So you can upload 10 files, but each has to be 2 gigabytes. It is also recommended, instead of uploading a PowerPoint, upload a PDF of that PowerPoint because there's less data in it. You can do a PowerPoint file share from your Zoom on your computer because the file sits on your computer, not on the actual platform. If you have any other questions for me, please email me. I'm here to assist you. Again, if you are a speaker and you are doing only your workshop, you don't have to register. But if you want to participate in other workshops, we have the speaker fees for the whole 3-day conference, or we have it per each individual day. I thank you so much for being part of this conference. I think we are all a little bit nervous. It's a first virtual conference, and I trust the platform. I communicated with them all the time. We're going to have technical support, so hopefully everything will going to go smooth and everybody will enjoy their time. Thank you so much, and please email me if you have more questions. Thank you.